last session we have seen how much energy we consume at the domestic level and what are the various components of the energy that we consume at home. Now let us zoom out little bit and look at what are the energy consumption patterns at the national level or the country level. Now it is very important for a country to consume more energy because there is a direct correlation between energy consumption and the growth. All the parameters of social and economic growth, be it health, be it education, be it literacy, be it income, be it industry, everything is positively correlated with the energy. So more the energy you consume, there is an increase in the income. The more energy you consume, there is an increase in the literacy rate. The more energy consumption results in a better health. So there is a very strong and positive correlation with the various social and development parameters with the amount of energy we consume. And this is all also gets reflected in what is called Human Development Index. So the Human Development Index is not a linear function of electricity or energy in general, but it increases with the increase in the energy consumption. When it comes to the country, let us look at how does a country satisfies all its energy requirement. So we have to look at the supply side and we have to look at the demand side. At the supply side, a country can fulfill all its energy requirement from various sources. So it can make use of coal, it can make use of petrol, it can make use of diesel, LPG, CNG, nuclear fuel, hydroelectricity, biomass, solar, wind, all kind of sources a country can use. So that is the supply side of it. Where does this energy ends up getting used? There are mainly 4 sectors where a country's energy consumption can be categorized. Number 1, a domestic sector. So all the energy required to run the homes in the country as the citizens of the country is considered as a domestic sector. The second category or the sector is the industrial sector. Any country there is going to be some production and whatever energy that requires to run those machines and produce your goods and services, that requires energy, so that is your industrial sector. The third sector is the transportation sector. Whatever goods and services you have produced, you need to supply it from one point to the other point, and therefore there is a transportation of goods and materials are required. You are going to also use a personal vehicle to travel from one place to other place. And the fourth sector typically is agriculture and commercial sector. Depending on how many activities happening in terms of agriculture, whether so much of irrigation is there or not there, whether there is a canal system or there or not there, depending on that, the amount of energy consumption will vary in agriculture sector. So these are the 4 important sectors where the energy consumption ends up. So now when we put all this energy together in the transportation, in the industry, in the domestic and in the agriculture, that makes what is called the total primary energy supply of a country, or it is referred as TPES, total primary energy supply. Now depending on the total primary energy supply, you can figure out how big the economy is, because the more energy consumption is also more production. But the total primary energy supply does not give the right picture of a country. Why? Because a country can be big, its energy consumption can be big, but its population can also be big. So therefore, one parameter is what is total primary energy supply, and the other parameter that we use to compare the countries is what is the per capita energy consumption. For example, in India, it has 1.3 billion people. So the total energy, when you add up all energy consumed by 1.3 billion people, it becomes a lot. But when you divide it by the population of the country, 1.3 billion, it becomes a smaller number. So therefore, it is important not to look at only the total supply, but also look at the per capita supply. And two important parameters again used for comparing countries. One is what is the per capita electricity consumption and what is the per capita total primary energy supply. And these are the two important indicators. And I'm not giving you the numbers, you can figure out yourself. But a simple example is like for US, the per capita electricity supply per year is about 12,000 units. For Canada, it is about 14,000 units. While in India, it is about 1200 units, and many other countries in Africa may be only 500 units. So you can see the gap between the per capita consumption that exists. And same gap will also be visible when you look at total primary energy supply on a per capita basis. Now, depending on whichever country you are listening to me and whichever country you belong to as a volunteer of this Energy and Climate Keeper program, I would give you an exercise that you should figure out on your own what are the total energy consumption for your country, what is per capita electricity consumption and per capita total primary energy supply. That will give you a clear idea what is happening in your country. Well, this is at the country level. In the next session, we will zoom out further and figure out how much is the total energy consumed in the world. And that's going to be very important and critical number, because that will also tell you at what magnitude we are creating a pollution or the carbon dioxide emission. And that will also give you the magnitude of damage that we are doing to our environment. So stay tuned till the next session. Thank you very much.